They say you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. And sometimes, family is the most dangerous place on earth. If you have ever been hurt by the people who were supposed to protect you, you need to hear the story of Joseph. We often tell this story as a cartoon, a boy with a colorful coat who had cool dreams. But if you strip away the Sunday school version, this is a heavy story. It involves betrayal, false imprisonment, and a 13-year wait for justice. Joseph was the favorite son. And in a dysfunctional family, being the favorite puts a target on your back. His brothers didn't just find him annoying. The Bible says they hated him. They couldn't speak a kind word to him. One day when Joseph checks on them in the fields, they snap. They strip him of his famous coat, the symbol of his father's love, and throw him into a dry well. Imagine the sound of your own brothers laughing while you call for help from the bottom of a pit. Then they do something even colder. They sit down to eat lunch. While Joseph pleads for his freedom, they sell him to passing merchants for 20 pieces of silver. They go home, ruin his famous coat, and let their father believe Joseph was taken by wild animals. Joseph is gone. Erased. Joseph is taken to Egypt. He loses his freedom, his language, and his name. He works his way up in his master's house, only to be falsely accused of a terrible crime by his master's wife. He does the right thing, and his reward is prison. Joseph spends years in a dungeon. The Bible says his feet were bound with shackles, and his neck was put in irons. This is the part of the story we usually skip over. We jump to the palace. But Joseph sat in that cell for years. He must have asked, "Where is God? Why did I do the right thing and end up here?" But there is a phrase that keeps repeating in the text. But the Lord was with Joseph. God was with him in the pit. God was with him in the prison. The location changed, but the presence didn't. Overnight, everything changes. Joseph interprets Pharaoh's dreams, predicts a famine, and is promoted to the second most powerful man in the world. He now has the power of life and death. And then, his brothers show up. They come to Egypt begging for food. They don't recognize Joseph. He is dressed like an Egyptian prince. He holds their lives in his hands. This is the climax. This is where a normal movie would have the revenge scene. Joseph should punish them. They ruined his life. They stole his youth. But Joseph does something impossible. He weeps. He reveals himself and says, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Joseph didn't say what they did was okay. He didn't say it didn't hurt. He said that God is bigger than their betrayal. Joseph realized that if he held on to his bitterness, he would still be in a prison, even if he lived in a palace. Forgiveness wasn't a favor to his brothers, it was freedom for himself. If you are carrying a wound from your past or your family today, remember Joseph. Your trauma is part of your history, but it does not have to be your destiny. If this story has been a blessing to you, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.